Alright, so I just want to make a quick video on an experiment that I'm going to be trying to do with some of my, mostly the Venus flytraps, but I'm going to try it with some of my other carnivorous plants as well. And that's going to be trying to figure out if I can grow these guys better indoors or outdoors, based on the humidity. It's about 92 degrees outside. I cleaned this plant up last week, got rid of some of the dead growth on it, and I've noticed that it's already having more black leaves. This is only about the second week this plant's been outside, so I'm not sure if I try to acclimate it too quickly. But this was one of my older plants and it had a lot more leaves than it does now. So yeah, I cleaned these plants up like a week ago, and again, there's a lot of dead traps on it. So I'm not really sure if it's because of the heat or maybe I didn't acclimate them soon enough, but I've been trying to use some of my pitcher plants here as sort of like a sunshade, especially on these warmer days, because since the pitchers love the sun and they're doing phenomenal with the heat. But Red Dragon's not doing so well. Some of these littler ones are doing a little bit better. But again, a lot of closed traps, a lot of dead traps. So I don't know if it's a humidity issue or a heat issue. But again, I transferred these guys outside about a week ago, so just been about a week or less that they've been out here. So I don't know if I want to move these guys back inside. I might do that if they start looking too bad, especially this older trap here, or older plants here, who they had a bunch of traps before I moved them outside, so they might actually be going back inside under my grow light. So yeah, let's go inside and look at my other plants that I have under my grow light. Alright, so here goes my indoor grow tent that I've been using for some of my carnivorous plants, mostly my Helianthera and my tropical sundews that I have. But basically my experiment is to see if a higher humidity will be more beneficial for my pitcher plant. I'm sorry, not my pitcher plant, my Venus flytraps. And yeah, I'm testing out a pitcher plant as well. And then some of my sundews as well. So basically I want to keep this at about 50 to 70% humidity. From what I looked at online, that's about what online considers optimal for the Venus flytraps. I got some of my dreamsicle sundews just right here. These ones I actually propagated all 6, or all 6 of them from leaf cutting, so it worked out fairly well. Those things grow pretty rapidly once you get them going. But I want to test out if this higher humidity is going to be beneficial for the plants. I get mixed answers online. A lot of what I figured out basically said you don't need higher humidity, but I want to test it out for myself and see if that's more beneficial in Colorado or not. The helianthus that I have, they require a lot of humidity, so I put them just under or just by the humidifier, so that humidity should be falling just in there before redistributing out to the other portions of the grow tent. But I'm gonna zip this side up and open up the other side. So open up the other side here. Again, like I said, I'm just trying to see if this humidity is going to be more beneficial for these plants, especially growing them out in Colorado. And this is only the second day that they've been sort of inside in this higher humidity. This was another one that I brought in. Again, I cleaned all of these plants up and got rid of all the dead growth and everything, and then within a couple of days, maybe 2 or 3 days, I had more dead traps on it. So I'm not really happy about that. So they've only been in here 1 day with this higher humidity. But I'm gonna try and see which way is better. Again, I want to test out a pitcher plant as well. This guy was growing outside, but I'll try and see if this one also thrives in the indoor grow tent. Because that's the way I'll grow my plants. Basically, if they start thriving inside, then I'll just grow them like that. So I wanted to get one of each of my plants that I would normally grow outdoors. But yeah, I grabbed half of my Venus flytraps from outside, at least half. One of my purpureas that I had growing outside. These guys were also doing really well outside, but for experiment's sake, I decided to grab this one and see. And then one of my pitcher plants. Spin it around and try and get the name of it. I don't know. I got this guy last year, and of course the tag is faded on it. So if you guys know the name of it or can tell me what this one is, feel free to share it. But yeah, normally I keep this tent closed up, and I use the app to check out the humidity levels on it. But yeah, I'll see if these plants are doing better. Again, this is just to run my own sort of experiment to see what's going to be the ideal sort of care for these guys. If they start doing better outside, then I may just determine to put all the plants outside. But right now, some of them look pretty rough, so that's why we're sort of doing this. So I'll do another update video here soon, maybe about a week or so, to try and again show some of the results on this. Again, like I said, I looked online and some of the results were back and forth. Most people were saying to grow it outside and you don't need extra humidity, things like that. But some of the academic stuff I was looking at was saying that they would definitely benefit from added humidity from about 50 to 70%. So that's why I want to sort of experiment to see what's better in my area. And this is the lamp I'm using. It's through VivoSun. I'm not exactly sure all the specs on it, but I keep it up. I keep the light intensity up all the way on it. And before I put my plants outside, they actually loved all the the intensity of this light. So I'll continue using it, but I also want to look at other options for other grow lights, because I'm not sure if this is the best, especially with the different settings for it. It has some for flowering, and a couple of other settings, so I'm not really sure what the appropriate light setting for carnivorous plants are. But yeah, I like this grow tent. It comes with a little control box here, so I can look at the humidity and all the settings on it. So right now we're sitting at about 54% humidity, 65 degrees inside there. I'd like to maybe get it a little bit warmer, but my helianthus in the back sort of like the cooler temperatures, especially at night. So these guys have been a little bit pampered. They are kept a little bit separate, and I had a mister that hooks up to it, and every hour or so it gets a little bit of added moisture. Let's see if I can show them. So I think these are probably my hardest plants to grow so far, but they're doing really well. So yeah, this experiment I'm running, I'll check back in about a week or so and try and see the results on it. I think the biggest problem with growing plants inside with higher humidity, or even outside with higher humidity, is going to be, I guess, mold. So I'll watch out for mold growth, and I think at the highest 70% it should be fine, but I definitely want to turn on the fan or do something to prevent the mold if I can, so that way I don't lose any of my plants. But if you guys have done something like this, if you've done something like this, please feel free to share your results with this, or if you have any other tips on growing any kind of carnivorous plants outdoors, especially in Colorado, where it can be pretty dry and pretty hot. How you guys successfully done it, or any ideas that you have? That way I can keep those ones outside from dying. I'm a little concerned about them, so that's why I want to run this experiment for about a week. But if they start getting worse and to the point where it looks like they're gonna die, then I'll probably just bring them back inside anyways. But any tips or tricks that you guys know would be greatly appreciated. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.